Hello, everybody. Welcome to Freelance Friday. Here I am with Ryan Zapata from Preferred Marketing Group. How are you, Ryan?
Doing great, doing great. How are you?
Look, I am fantastic after that little idea that we just brainstormed about doing indoor beach party activations. I think this is something you guys can deliver.
Definitely. It's about still having fun with people during the summer. I think we gotta all be creative and innovative to what we're gonna come up with to still have some type of summer. I know probably not gonna be any events or concerts or sports, but we all gotta come up with something to still have fun.
Absolutely. And you guys are perfectly positioned to do that. I mean, you have a range of creative products and activations that are perfect in a live event scenario and situation, but now you're in a completely new situation. So tell me a little bit about how you guys are operating now and how you're using the core capabilities of Preferred Marketing Group in this new environment.
Yeah, so pretty simple. Preferred Marketing Group is, essentially like that one-stop shop or, the Walmart of memorable experiences. And I think that's what it all comes down to. Regardless if we're at a concert or we're trying to come up with something for people to do at home, it's about creating a memory. I think that's what we all need to really think about, especially during a time like this. It's, what are new ways to have fun? I know everyone's saying that obviously, you can't go to the beach right now. You can't go sit at a restaurant or get on a plane to travel to the west coast. Those are things I love to do too, but I think right now a lot of these clients are saying, hey, what can people do at home that's really going to make them engaged, engage with the brand or engage with the sports team. With us, we have three main core capabilities. So it's always, what's the digital engagement, what's the social amplification, and honestly, the most important part is data collection. I think everybody has to, have a reason for doing something. And I think that's where we come into play is obviously doing some type of custom, data collection to get a return on investment. I think that's where we thrive most.
Is that your biggest selling point when you're talking with like freelancers, for example? They're wanting to present to their client, the core values of an activation like yours that you have available. Is that the key sort of value, would you say?
1000%. I really believe that, gone are the days, that it's really just like, hey, we could do something cool. It's not just about cool. I know everyone wants to have fun and, whether it's a cool footprint or, cool at-home experience. But at the end of the day, what other CEOs, CFOs, they care about is what are you getting back for what you're spending? What's the, kind of profit that we're getting from it to create this experience. We're spending X. What's Y? I think so. 1000%. That's definitely what they want to hear the most. Is that you have an idea, you take it to somebody, and here's going to be the ROI. That's definitely the most important part.
So with the data being the key value, the advantage, I guess, to the situation now is you have to innovate digital activations and digital experiences. So people have to sign in or be involved or be engaged to a certain degree. And does this give you more of a national reach because you're a Chicago-based business, but now you have the opportunity to engage with a national network?
Definitely, not just nationally, Ethan. I think, for us, it's about going global. I mean, we've done activations, for certain agencies, even over in London, so all the way in London, Europe, we've done a lot of different things. Me, myself, I actually was in London a couple years back, Amsterdam, Barcelona. So definitely, obviously, on a national level, it's probably the most popular, whether it's the West Coast working with, onboard experiential agency, whether it's the East Coast, in March, I was over at Soho Experiential, out in New York. And I know even one of your previous guests, Lottie Dottie, here in Chicago. I actually worked with them too on a couple projects and, obviously PC experiences, done a couple projects for them and knocked them out of the park.
They're great. So, with that, are you now sort of reaching out to this community and saying, hey, look, you're probably looking for solutions. we've got some ideas, let's get together. Are you holding your own seminars or webinars or anything like that to that freelancer community so that they're aware of how you're shifting your deliverable or your offering to help them at this time?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a lot of Zoom calls, we're all getting used to the Zoom meetings these days. But I think the most important part for people right now with COVID is trying new things. I think people are afraid of change, just obviously to keep doing the same thing, same thing. And when you say digital experiences, that's what's getting bigger and bigger, obviously, going on in the world right now. So, more it's about educating the people, holding their hand, teaching them about, hey, there's other ways to do things than you're probably used to doing. I know we all want to go to an event. We all want to go to a networking event, a
Right.
trade show, a concert. But these people need to say, hey, you know what? We have to figure out a new way to actually engage with people from the comfort of their own home. It's using your cell phone. What kind of mobile experiences can you do? So that's a lot of the types of things that we're actually educating people on right now. We've done microsite apps for Spotify, where it was like anthem quiz. We've done virtual graduation, where it was like an augmented reality experience,
Oh,
putting
wow.
a cap and gown on somebody for a medical school. That's very different, right? And it's all about coming up with new ways to still engage with people and again create that memorable experience.
And how do you find, I mean, that stuff is so cool. How do you translate that for a direct client versus a freelancer? Is it easier, informing one over the other, or is it just a different kind of messaging for help for them to understand how cool these activations and experiences are with the new, you know, landscape we live in?
I really think it's easy for everybody to understand once they see it. I think it's hard for people to think of this, first and foremost, because they're so used to doing those physical, whether it's the freelancers, the big agencies, direct brand, like Macy's, for example, that we work with. I think there's a lot of people out there that just don't know it's there. Don't know it's something that people would want to engage with, want to play with, whether it's a mobile app game, to play with on your cell phone where it's a high score. Obviously, there's reasons that, Facebook AR, Instagram AR, Snapchat, there's reasons they're all so big right now. I mean, look how TikTok is exploding right now.
That's
It's just
ridiculous.
kind of, it's kind of crazy. But these are the things that people need to understand that it is the future. It's the new normal. Definitely events are going to come back. And, I feel events are going to come back very strong. But there's always going to be digital. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's always going to be there, even when events come back. We have to find a way to merge the two. I've had conversations with the NFL that what they want to do, obviously, they're not even fans this year, but what they want to do is have something that people could do at home now, but next year transfer that same experience to inside the stadiums for people to engage with.
Right.
So even there, thinking right now, but also thinking for the future when events come back.
I'm thinking it might be something, and who knows if someone's developing this already or not, but how that Pokemon Go game was
Yeah,
just, it just overtook like the millennial age. But that maybe is what is going to happen. There will be custom apps, engagement apps that are based on you being within a certain geographical location, when events go back to their kind of somewhat normal operating procedures, but they've also been having access to that while everyone's working remotely. I don't know, I'm just putting that out there. But getting back onto topic, with the event industry gradually sort of reopening or getting back to business, there's going to be a change to how your activations are built or designed. So you're probably working on that as well. And are you getting ideas from freelancers? Are you giving them ideas? How is that relationship working? Because they're the ones talking to clients, probably with a
yeah,
gazillion questions. So where are you with that?
yeah. I ask that every time I'm talking with a client. What do you feel is going to be the new normal? What do you feel is going to be the most popular? I think everybody's like, hey, at actions on site when events come back, it's going to be smaller footprints, more intimate settings, things of that nature. And also, I think it's for experiences that people on device. I think everyone's got that, contactless, kind of feel. When they first come back, they're going to be maybe a little hesitant to touch things. So it's about doing experiences that you can do on your own cell phone or that you could do on an iPad. Or even, I know one thing we're working on right now is how to do a voice activated selfie station. It's something like, that instead of actually selfies, we're touching a photo, everything is voice activated. I think photos obviously are something that's been around for, decades. And I think photos will never go away. Everybody likes
Right.
taking selfies, things like that. And photo activations obviously are a big core part of our business too, doing those kind of things. So I think if we're able to, realize the way to do, like I said, a voice activated selfie station or mobile apps that you can do on your own without touching things, I think that's going to be huge. You have to slowly ease people back into that, engagement opportunity for activations at events, but still find ways to, be creative with having fun within a smaller footprint, at first for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's really about reestablishing the fun element whilst maintaining you've undertaken safety precautions that people are going to be more wary of distance and touch and all that kind of stuff. As you're talking about voice activated, I'm also thinking biometric scanning, like with your
Yep.
iris or something like that. I would be totally down for that. Well, this is great. I feel like it's been half an interview, half a brainstorm session
Yeah.
on just the ways that you're operating in this new environment, in this new normal, and how you're there as a resource for event producers and freelancers that are looking for answers to problems that some of their clients might be having in approaching, how do we engage people digitally, remotely, and then how do we plan for bringing them back together and some ideas around that. So it's been fantastic to connect with you today, Ryan.
Thank
um,
you so much. I think it's definitely something that people got to get used to. It's about thinking of new ideas. And I always tell my clients, whether it's an agency, a freelancer, a direct brand, feel free to come to me with ideas. I think it's about brainstorming together and working as a partnership. To make sure that we're all working together to figure out how to be successful. In this new world. I mean, nobody really expected any of this to happen. I know the event industry, obviously has been hit very hard, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it's like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going and, thinking of new ideas and don't be scared to take a chance. I think that's what, like I was saying before, sometimes people are scared of change and trying new things. I think now's the time we all have to be, open to new ideas, and trying things. And, that's my advice to every client I talk to, big or small, it's let's try new things and let's figure out a, great way to be successful for decades to come.
Absolutely. And now that everything has changed, this is the time to get used to changing. And I think the smaller businesses, such as yourself, the vendors, and the event producers who are freelancers, are perfectly positioned to change. With versatility and also the collaboration as well for coming up with these great new ideas that we can deliver for our clients and everyone that enjoys events that wants to be part of that
Yeah.
world. So thanks very much, Brian. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you so much, Ethan. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Hopefully, when events come, you and I can catch a concert or something together here
Absolutely.
in Chicago, right? So I appreciate your time today, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds great. Thanks very much.
Bye bye.